This is definitely a must-watch inspirational film for anyone chasing their dreams. It carried me through my darkest valley. Since its release in 1993, over 60,000 viewers have given it a high score of 8.8. Particularly, this iconic line resonated with countless fans. Having dreams is what makes life powerful. He traded the best 8 years of his youth for 27 seconds on the field. If you're feeling powerless about your distant dreams, take a moment to watch this true story. It might just strengthen your belief in pursuing them. That afternoon, after the college entrance exams, Rudy looked lost and confused. But when his teacher announced a visit to the University of Notre Dame, light instantly flooded Rudy's vacant eyes. For it was not just a top national university, but the football holy ground he'd dreamed of for decades. He'd boldly declared at age 8, "After high school, I'm going to play football in Notre Dame." Now finally getting a chance to step into the place he had longed for, Rudy eagerly rushed to get on the school bus, only to be stopped by his teacher.
Sorry, Rudy. This bus is for students who are interested in attending the university. It's not a sightseeing tour.
Well, maybe someday I could go to school there.
Stunned, speechless by Rudy's reply, the teacher pulled him aside and urged him to face reality.
Rudy, not everyone is meant to go to college.
The teacher's few blunt sentences delivered a death sentence to Rudy's dream. In that moment, Rudy realized the chasm between his ideal and reality. Every step he took away from the bus was weighed down by the pain of abandoning his dream. Afterward, Rudy spent 4 silent years working at a steel mill in town. Though life drowned him in mundane routines, he never abandoned hope for his dream. During those 4 working years, he saved $1,000, enough for his journey toward poetry and distant horizons. On his 22nd birthday, his friend Pete gifted him a Notre Dame jersey, secondhand but embodying their priceless friendship. Rudy felt deeply that Pete was the only one who truly understood and supported his dream, and Pete encouraged him.
Having dreams is what makes life tolerable.
Dreams make life tolerable. This truth from his confidant seemed to grow with Rudy. Having carried this football dream since childhood, he endured cruel taunts from playmates and relentless mockery from his family. Even as die-hard Notre Dame fans themselves, they dismissed Rudy's dream as laughable fantasy. A worker's son should remain a worker. Only little Pete believed in Rudy's wild dream. He would always listen patiently as Rudy passionately recounted every Notre Dame game. Yet farewell always arrives without warning. The next day, a mill accident took Pete's life forever. At Pete's funeral, Rudy was heartbroken. The scattered fragments of memory etched the details of their past. From then on, no one would listen to his passionate game narrations or revisit his high school football memories. Tomorrow in tragedy, you never know which arrives first. This realization made Rudy refuse to let his dream wait any longer. He prepared to leave immediately for Notre Dame, pursuing his own dream and their shared vision. But upon hearing this, his girlfriend warned,
"If you have to go, then you'll have to go alone."
Rudy understood what she meant, but he'd rather face loneliness on the road to his dream than let time pass him by without purpose. Before leaving, his father quietly approached him, repeating his usual advice to abandon impractical hopes. He insisted Notre Dame was for wealthy, gifted kids. You're a worker's son destined to become one. Your brothers live decently at the mill. But Rudy refused to bury his entire life in the steel mill's furnace.
I don't want to be Frank or John.
Some people are willing to be caged birds and give up the vast world, while others yearn for faraway places and insist on chasing the mountains and rivers ahead. Even if the road ahead is long and winding, having a bright hope in your heart is enough. When Rudy reached Notre Dame, dawn was just breaking. The gatekeeper suggested he speak with Father Kavanaugh. But after learning that Rudy had average grades and still wanted to get into Notre Dame, Father Kavanaugh, like Rudy's father, advised him to be realistic. Rudy responded passionately.
Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to go to school here. And ever since I was a kid, everyone said it couldn't be done. My whole life, people have been telling me what I could do and couldn't do. I've always listened to them, believed in what they said.
His earnest words moved the experienced priest who offered an alternative path. Attend a nearby community college first, then transfer to Notre Dame if grades excelled. Carrying the dream he had cherished for so long, Rudy finally saw a glimpse of hope. He could now stand before the university he had dreamed of day and night. So excited he could barely set down his bag, Rudy rushed straight into the sacred football field of his heart. The sunlight was warm, the breeze gentle, and everything around seemed to promise a hopeful future. But suddenly, a groundskeeper shouted for Rudy to leave immediately, yet Rudy boldly declared,
"Hey, someday I'm gonna come out of that tunnel and I'm gonna run onto this field. I'm here to play football for the Irish."
Hearing this, the groundskeeper assumed he must be some exceptionally talented player and suggested he speak with the coach. A misunderstanding in words accidentally led Rudy straight to the coach. However, the coach paid no attention to this unknown nobody, dismissing the ambitious Rudy with a few careless remarks. After this, he began his path from community college to university. Just as he promised Father Kavanaugh, Rudy poured 11/10ths effort into his studies, practically writing down every word his teacher said. Rudy's unusually studious attitude caught the attention of teaching assistant D-Bob nearby. D-Bob earned nearly straight A's at Notre Dame but had no clue how to talk to girls. Seeing Rudy easily chat with them, he immediately offered free tutoring. So the two struck a deal. D-Bob would fill Rudy's knowledge gaps and Rudy would help D-Bob interact with girls. Though D-Bob faced rejection after rejection, fate ordained by heaven would eventually arrive. With Rudy's help, D-Bob finally found love. Beyond daily studies and social coaching, Rudy often lingered outside Notre Dame's football field to get familiar with the coach. To get closer to the team and learn the layout, Rudy approached groundskeeper Fortune, offering to work as his unpaid assistant. After Rudy passionately shared his dream, Fortune was finally moved by his determination.
Meet me here tomorrow, 10 a.m.
Thanks.
Minimum wage.
The next day, Fortune took Rudy to the team locker room. To his surprise, Rudy knew every detail of the room, even memorizing each player's assigned locker. Seeing the team motto carved on the wall, an inspired Rudy reenacted Notre Dame's most legendary game on the spot.
We're gonna go inside, we're gonna go outside, inside and outside. We're gonna get him on the run, boys. And once we get him on the run, we're gonna keep him on the run. And then we're gonna go, 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 go. And we're not gonna stop until we get across that goal line.
Hearing this, Fortune smiled faintly, finally understanding this young man's extraordinary passion. Having spent all his savings on tuition, Rudy had nowhere to sleep at night, except by climbing through a window into a storage room. Dreams make life tolerable. He never forgot Pete's truth and lived by it. Soon, Notre Dame's new season kicked off, but penniless Rudy was coldly turned away at the gate. Listening to the roaring cheers inside the stadium, he felt utterly desolate. The high walls surrounding the field symbolized the distance to his dream, so close yet untouchable. Only after crowds dispersed could he feel the lingering energy of the field. The journey toward the future might feel lonely and long, but unexpected warmth will always find you. That night, climbing into the storage room as usual, he unexpectedly found an extra blanket and a key on the bed. It turned out Fortune had noticed his nightly sneaking around for quite some time. The next day, Rudy thanked him for this quiet kindness, but Fortune claimed to know nothing about it. Some things need not be spoken. Mutual understanding is the best reply. Time reveals its flavor. Years leave their fragrance. After a semester of dedication, Rudy poured effort into his exams and achieved 3 B's. Though significant progress for him, it fell far short of Notre Dame's requirements. Unsurprisingly, his transfer application was coldly rejected. Bruised by this setback, Rudy returned home just before Christmas, hoping for family comfort. Yet his semester's hard work earned only his father's cold stare and his eldest brother's mockery. Worse, his former girlfriend was now dating his second brother. The house glowed with light, but not a single beam shone for him. Burning shame drove Rudy to storm out, restarting his lonely pursuit. Youth has no utopia, but a heart pointed toward distant horizons clears the path. Even without approval or love's embrace, he'd gather his regrets and charge forward. The second semester saw Rudy study just as hard, yet results remained disappointing. Rudy complained to Fortune about wasting a year, but Fortune reassured him.
You got your head so far up your ass about that damn football team, you don't get the fact you just got 1 year of top quality education. Right. Waste. Don't be wasting my time.
We obsess over what we lack, overlooking the scenery we've passed. Fixing too much on outcomes backfires. Embracing the journey is the true key. Awakened, Rudy approached studies with renewed energy, but his ordinary talent delayed rewards. By the third semester, his application still sank without trace. Night and day effort scattered like smoke across a vast desert, blown away by the wind. This plunged him into total confusion. What kind of effort could possibly win his dream's favor? If he failed the 4th semester, Notre Dame would be forever closed to him. They didn't accept junior year transfers. He sought Father Kavanaugh's help. Pouring out his bitter frustration, Father Kavanaugh comforted Rudy. He'd already given his dream ample effort. Now only prayer remained, trusting God would answer. Soon, the 4th semester ended. Rudy didn't open Notre Dame's reply letter immediately, gathering courage only after wandering to a park. Hands trembling, he tore open the envelope. The glowing word "approved" at the end brought tears to his eyes. God truly gave him the answer he hoped for. Day after day of effort finally brought reward. Don't linger chasing wind and moon. Beyond the plains lie spring mountains. Life never shortchanges those who run fiercely toward their inner light. He immediately shared the news with his father. Holding the acceptance letter, his father could hardly believe his eyes. Then he proudly shared the news with all the workers in the factory. His older brother, though clearly annoyed, still congratulated Rudy. His father asked if he wanted to stay and work in the factory over the summer, but Rudy had another goal waiting: Notre Dame's summer football tryouts. Countless football talents gathered there, but only 15 would make the practice squad as backups to the main team. In the crowd, Rudy's eyes burned with unwavering determination. He had prepared thoroughly for this dream. He knew this turf better than anyone here. Relentless effort defined his very being. Rising after each fall showcased his unbreakable spirit. Even outmatched in size, he refused to back down. Charging forward until his head bled was the only way he knew to honor his dream. Though he lacked the strength of those towering athletes, he had a relentless spirit, and that's what caught the eye of assistant coach Yanto. Defying his colleagues' objections, Yanto insisted on keeping Rudy. Yet he warned Rudy, slack off even slightly in training, and he'd be cut immediately. Rudy was ecstatic, dancing with joy. Now only one step separated him from his dream. He went to the field and thanked Fortune for everything he had done, then returned the key to the storage room. Fortune repeated, "I know nothing about this," but this time he added a promise.
You have a dress? I'll be there.
True to his word to Yanto, Rudy never eased up in training afterward. Though starters knocked him down repeatedly, he never flinched. His will was like ashes that refused to die, rising again with the wind. After every fall, he'd rise and shout to Yanto,
Ruettiger, get out!
I can do it, coach!
But the harder he pushed, the more doubters emerged. During one drill, the backup captain slammed him down, then punched him as he stood.
Keep your ass down!
After practice, the cooled-down captain approached Rudy, apologizing for his outburst, then asked bluntly,
Don't you understand, man? If you don't cool it out there, you're gonna end up getting yourself killed.
If I cool it, I won't be helping you guys get ready for the next week's games. Got it?
I got it.
Rudy gave not just his body, but his soul during practice. Even watching from the bleachers, he roared with passion. Yet malice still found him. One day at practice, Rudy collided with an unprepared receiver. Humiliated, the player hurled the ball at Rudy, beat him, and screamed, "You showboating jerk!" Head coach Parsegian arrived demanding the...
You just summed up your entire sorry career here in one sentence. If you had a tenth of the heart of Ruettiger's, you could have made All-American.
Parsegian saw Rudy's grit, but his distant family did not. Even with scars as proof, his father and brothers refused to believe he'd made the team. They'd never seen him on TV. Rudy later asked Parsegian for one game appearance, a senior year gift for his father.
Is this just for your father?
No, it's for everybody who told me that being a Notre Dame football player would be impossible. It's for my brothers, the kids in my high school, the guys I work with at the mill.
Touched, Parsegian agreed. Someone who worked that hard deserved a chance to play. Rudy rushed to share the news with his father. But the next day, headlines announced Parsegian's resignation. Worse, new coach Devine knew nothing of Rudy. Despite Rudy's unchanged effort, his name never appeared on the starting roster. Repeated all-out effort yielded repeated crushing disappointment. Even this unyielding soul shed frustrated tears in the silent nights. If the ending means nothing, what is the journey? A poem without closure? Endless rain? A spinning staircase to nowhere? The cycle of hope and despair lasted all season. The final game's lineup still excluded Rudy. The cold omission shattered him. Teammates protested the injustice. He was the only player who never missed practice yet never saw game time. Effort and reward stood unbalanced. Heartbroken, Rudy skipped the last practice. But Fortune, upon hearing this, came to find him. Rudy apologized for not letting Fortune see his first game. Fortune replied he'd seen plenty, not from stands, but from the team's cold bench. He too had been a Notre Dame player but quit over never playing, and regretted it every day since. He didn't want Rudy to give up. He wanted Rudy to give his dream a proper ending, even if it wasn't perfect. After a moment's thought, Rudy pulled his jersey back on and returned. Players applauded his comeback and braced for his trademark collisions. After practice, Captain Roland knocked on Devine's door.
I want Rudy to dress in my place, Coach.
You're an All-American and our captain. Act like it.
I believe I am.
Soon, starters flooded Devine's office. Risking expulsion, they demanded Rudy's chance. As the stack of jerseys on Devine's desk grew taller, he finally gave in. On game day, Rudy's entire family showed up to watch. Even D-Bob flew in from grad school to see him play. They were all there for Rudy. In the tunnel, Roland called Rudy forward from the crowd.
You ready, champ?
I've been ready for this my whole life.
Then you take us out on the field.
Wearing jersey number 45, Rudy led the team onto the field. 8 years of hard work were finally becoming real. Every move he made radiated excitement. Seeing their once overlooked boy as the protagonist, family and friends swelled with pride. Fortune arrived as promised. Though a championship clash, Notre Dame dominated from kickoff. Rudy's brutal practice hits now made tackles look effortless. Touchdown after touchdown, stop after stop, Georgia Tech's defeat became inevitable. With 1 minute left, Devine broke his word. Every senior played except Rudy. Outraged, the co-captain shouted Rudy's name. The rest of the team joined in. Even the fans in the stands started chanting. The crowd caught fire. With 37 seconds left, players abandoned the defensive formation, knowing it would exclude Rudy. They scored a touchdown in 10 seconds flat. Meanwhile, the announcer broadcast Rudy's story. His struggle became public glory. "Put Rudy in!" thundered through the stadium. With the crowd demanding justice, Devine finally gave in and let Rudy play for just 27 seconds. On the field, Yanto ordered Rudy to stand still and let time expire. But standing still wasn't Rudy's style, and he'd crown his dream with one perfect sack. This is a true story. Post-game, teammates carried a cheering Rudy off the field. No one at Notre Dame has ever received that honor since. He traded 8 prime years for 27 seconds of glory. No one can call it unworthy. How many shining moments do we get to cherish in old age? How many snapshots of youth make growing old a peaceful surrender? Besides, those 27 seconds carried much more than just glory. He gained respect. He gained friendships. He earned his degree. These are the fruits of effort, the gifts of chasing a dream. The road to any dream will always be thorny, but effort is the weapon we always carry. Youth is the greatest gift time can give. Nothing can replace endless sweat, and nothing can dim the light of belief. As long as we dream, we are forever young. As long as we chase, we are forever strong.